The pectoral fly and rear delt machine. Wait, don't get confused. Always revert back to my previous videos. The setup is all the same. Stop looking up, stop looking side, stop looking left, stop looking down. Don't get confused. You're looking above, you see there's handles everywhere. It is not as confusing as you may think. Remember the previous Pec machine that we did? It's the same setup. The handles were below. These handles are above, so don't get confused. The whole setup is literally the same thing. I'm going to walk you right through it. It just means you're doing two exercises. This machine can do two exercises in one. So we are going to start with demonstrating how to use the rear delt machine. We first, remember, we adjust the seats. Pull up yellow lever, it goes up and down freely. Once you let go, it locks into place, but always double check. Then we go straight into the weight. Always humble yourself. Humble, humble, humble yourself. Place the weight with the weight stacker onto the lightest weight. Now those feisty, overwhelming handles above. Don't get confused. All you need to do is pull into that yellow socket and find the numbering that you need to lock it into place. But here, we want to bring it as close to midline position as possible. But find your range. Everybody has a different range of motion, but it's more comfortable when it's closer to the midline position because the easier it is to handle that grip. Tip: always remember the number you put on one side needs to be exactly the same as the other side. Remember to let go and it locks into place, but always double check. Take a seat, chest out, back straight. Yes, you can always make sure the seating is right by making sure your hips are in line with your knees and your knees are in line with your ankles, but always double check before you continue and move further. Once comfortable and your chest is resting onto the pad, you can grab onto the handles right in front of you. There are two starting positions. Above, where the grip pads are facing towards each other, and below, where the grip pads are facing downwards. Grab the above grip that are facing towards each other. So, what does the rear delt machine work? It works the posterior deltoids, or behind the shoulders. If you're looking to really develop the back part of the shoulders, this machine is a great machine for that. As you begin the movement, always remember to never over hyperextend your arms all the way out. Bring it anywhere around parallel length and bring it back to the starting position. It's very easy, as you're not used to that movement, to over hyperextend your arms all the way out. I see it many times, countless and countless times again. So try and use that mind to muscle connection. At the earlier stages, it's okay to look from left to right to get used to knowing where to, stop your arms before you bring it back to starting position, because once you're not aware, you get used to your old habits, the arms goes all the way out again, risking further injury. It is okay to look side to side to guide you through the range of motion. So what are the rep ranges? Rep ranges stays the same. It's 8 to 12 reps for 3 sets and then move on. Yes, you can increase the weight as time goes on, but here we're focused on that mind to muscle connection and that momentum, getting used to that movement. So if you really want to develop the rear delts, meaning the back of the shoulder area, you want to be using this machine. Straight on how to use a Pec Fly on this machine. Always remember to read instructions if you still don't understand how to use the machines, and that includes any machine in the gym. So the seating will already be adjusted because you just used it on a previous machine, but if you haven't used it on a previous machine, it's the same thing. Hold that yellow lever up and it goes up and down freely, let go and it locks into place. Usually you go straight into adjusting the weight, put it on the lightest weight. With the weight stacker, humble yourself. Then when setting up the handles above, you want to make sure it is anywhere in line with your shoulders. That's the perfect starting position. But everybody has different range of motion, but you want to find out what works for you. Anywhere in line with your shoulders is a great starting point. Why? Because the arms aren't hyperextended back, or it's not too forward to the point where there's no contraction. It's just at the right starting position, and that is anywhere around the shoulders. Once you have set up the handles above and you're comfortable and it's locked into place, you can now take a seat from the opposite way. So you are going to sit with your back resting onto the pad. Same thing, chest out, back straight, strong and proud. Now we grab onto the handles facing below, so the handles that are pointing downwards. What does the Pec Fly Machine work? The pec itself, pectoral, which means the chest, it basically works and develops and even strengthens the chest. So if you're looking to strengthen your chest, this machine is a great machine for it. The same principles always applies. When beginning the movement, you want to enforce that mind to muscle connection. So that squeeze in that chest. So you want to squeeze as you bring it towards the midline position and release as you bring it away from the midline position. So exhale as you're bringing it towards the midline position and inhale as you're bringing it away from the midline position. It may sound confusing about this mind to muscle connection at the start, but over time, as you get used to the momentum, you start enforcing more mind to muscle connection naturally. So 8 to 12 reps for 3 sets and then move on. If you feel like the weight is too light, you can adjust the weight accordingly. Remember to always get back into the starting position if you want to finish. And there you have it. That is how you use a simple Pec Fly machine and the Delt machine in one.